Namo Narayan. See, what happens is that today, as you must be knowing, that we are going to discuss about Rahu. So, what is Rahu first of all? Rahu is a complete mastermind of illusion. It always puts you in such situations where you don't understand what is happening. For example, let's say sometimes you may feel that everything is going smoothly, very perfectly, and suddenly your work gets spoiled. A relationship breaks if you're in any relationship, or in money matters, as soon as money slips from your hands. So, by this, understand this is the result of Rahu's secret planning. Rahu's game is mostly psychological, not physical. It does not trouble you directly, but it does disturbs your thinking pattern and creates a confusion and also illusion. Your eyes are not seeing the actual reality when Rahu is on your head. Understand this thing. And when you're confused in such situations, when you're illusionized, then the chances of making wrong decisions increase. And from there, the struggle story of life begins. Think of Rahu as that person who always plays from behind, not from outer world or your outer self. And from the front, everything for once looks very smooth, but deep inside, it always confuses your decisions and thinking so much that you don't understand what are you doing right now, where are you, or in what situation you are in. Such kind of illusions has been made by your Rahu planet itself. Now it is upon you, you yourself can also control Rahu, but it depends upon you. The placement of Rahu in your birth chart, in terms of that, this is also a very important perspective, because for every ascendant, its effect is different. If your birth ascendant is Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or Pisces, then in these zodiacs or ascendants, Rahu's impact will be comparatively less. But if your ascendant is Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, or Aquarius, then here Rahu's impact becomes as much as powerful, very strong. And this is where life's full on roller coaster moments are created. Means here Rahu's impact is mostly powerful. So in these ascendants, these also matters. Where Rahu is placed, in which house it is placed, matters also mattering. If Rahu is in its debilation sign, or in weak degrees, or under the influence of any kind of malefic planet, then it starts giving even more trouble. It brings a complete scene of illusions, of confusions, and unexpected events into your life. So, Rahu's impact is not only limited to one area. If you think so, then stop your thinking and go to the right way. Because to understand Rahu, you have to be the mastermind like him. Rahu, at each and every path, shows its effect everywhere and is a perfect expert in trapping you in mental confusion. And most importantly, weakening your clarity, weakening you yourself from within. When you got weakened, then understand straightforwardly you are in Rahu's illusion, in Rahu's impact. That is why the best way to protect yourself from Rahu is to make your thinking strong, add spiritual practices to your daily routine, and keep your mind focused. Until you are mentally stable and spiritually strong, Rahu's web of illusion will keep confusing you. Understand Rahu's scheme. It's a very big illusion scheme. And if unnecessary complications are increasing in life by chance, then don't forget to check Rahu's position in your birth chart. Everything in which Rahu's impact is present, that each and every point matters. In which sign it is placed, in which nakshatra it is, in which house it equally matters, and where is he aspecting or casting an aspect, or on which house. These all small points can in future bring more powerful impacts. They can be minus or they can be plus. It totally depends on your birth chart. But as of today's video, we will discuss where Rahu's malefic effect can be seen most probably. In which house? Always remember Rahu plays secretly, not openly. But if you understand its pattern, its effect becomes much less. You will see a difference. And as I said, you alone have to be a mastermind like him to defeat him. Because he is also a big illusionist. He can create an illusion at every path if your Rahu is impacting on each area of your birth chart. If you see many or majority of nakshatras placed in majority of houses, then they understand that your Rahu's impact is as much as powerful. Means that is the most important planet which you have to control in your hand. So now let's start this video, and as I said, we will see in which houses Rahu can make you feel completely suffocated. Now, after listening this, don't worry at all because there is always a solution for everything. But first, understand Rahu's game in your birth chart. That is at most important. And after this also, research about your Rahu's placement. If you see your house in one of the malefic placements, then don't feel sad about that because there's always a solution. And researching about your Rahu planet is at most needed at that moment. So research about that in what areas it is affecting you, and also visualize your birth chart. Analyze it. Where is he impacting more? In which nakshatra it is there? Every point you have to calculate. So let's start with the first house. The first house of your birth chart, as I said, is basically like a mirror of your personality. As you know, it shows how you look, what is your nature, and what kind of a vibe you give. Now, if Rahu takes a place here, then life is going to get a bit complicated. Why? Because its first impact is on your mind. Sometimes you may start feeling that I am really doing the right thing, or you keep doubting your own decisions. So, Rahu's main work is to shake your clarity, nothing else. It gives you a full dose of confusion and it fills so much doubt in your thinking process that you can't understand what is right and what is wrong. Now let's talk about your personality also. If Rahu is in this house, then at the same point, a negative element comes into your behavior. You may always feel insecure about yourself. Sometimes you become overconfident. Sometimes you get stuck in self doubt. People around you may also feel a bit cut off from you because your vibe becomes unpredictable. Rahu also makes you take interest in many things but unable to stick to one thing. Your mind keeps wandering here and there, and as a result, you cannot maintain consistency. This is your weakness, which is created by Rahu. And these are the complications you have to face. Now, in some cases, you may have seen some people start a task, do it for a while, and then leave it. Then they start something else, and the same cycle repeats, vice versa. This is Rahu's impact that makes you restless. That restlessness is always present. If Rahu is in the first house, then it has its aspect on the second house, which is already about your money matters. So, here money matters also get tricky. Sometimes money will come and you will feel that wow, life is set now. But the very next day, some kind of problem will come and the money will flow away like water. It also becomes difficult to save money. Now, its seventh aspect affects your relationships, especially with your life partner. There's always full scope for misunderstandings between you and your partner. Rahu fills your mind with so much doubt that you start feeling that they don't understand me or why are they becoming distant from me. So this kind of thoughts create stress without any reason and it becomes hard to sustain the relationship. Now Rahu's ninth aspect is the most dangerous. Why am I saying that? Because it directly sits on your luck. This means whatever hard work you do, the results will either get delayed or be less than expected. This is the time when you start feeling that my luck is bad or you feel hopeless. While in reality, it's Rahu's illusion, Rahu's game, not your destiny's fault or not your hard work's fault, your determination's fault. Now, what's the solution for this? First, learn to control your thoughts. Rahu's biggest weapon is disturbing your mind. When you keep your thoughts calm and stable, then Rahu's impact slowly starts to reduce. Doing meditation, getting into spirituality, and practices that focuses the mind can protect you from Rahu's illusion. It's important to understand Rahu in this position because it's that planet which creates twists and turns in your life without any warning, without knowing about yourself. So, if you feel that life is becoming confusing, decisions are going wrong, your hard work is not getting expected results, then don't forget to check your Rahu's position in your chart, where it is placed, in which nakshatra, in which sign, and then understand Rahu's solution. You will see how life starts getting better. Now let's say your Rahu sits in your second house, because this is also one of the malefic placements of Rahu. Here, saving money will feel like a mission impossible. Why? Because in this, no matter how much you work hard or how much strategies you make, how much plans you make, money will keep slipping from your hands. Sometimes you won't even understand that where did the money go. There will be expenses you never even thought about, like certain repairs costs, or giving money to help someone, or maybe someone got ill in your family. So there can be a number of consequences. Money will come and just as quickly it will go. Not only that, when Rahu is in the second house, it also looks at your eighth house. The eighth house is already all about unexpected events, transformation. So when Rahu's eye falls on that house, you may believe or develop fear of sudden accidents or shocks. Anxiety can be there, depression can be there. These shocks can be emotional and physical. That is why you should pay extra attention to your health, both mental and physical, and also your safety. Because Rahu's eye is always on your health. And most importantly, your mental health. Because when you're mentally unstable, can't make any decision right, you can't earn money, and only struggles will be there in your life. Your work and projects may also face delays because of Rahu only. Sometimes you will feel that I am doing everything right, but still nothing is working out. I am doing so much of hard work, 9 to 5, but still nothing is coming into my hands. This is Rahu creating obstacles again and again to trouble you. And this is most probably seen when Rahu's Mahadasha is already active. Means Rahu's periodic time of 18 years. Those 18 years are the most difficult part of your life. If you have any ancestral property or family land matters, then there can be complications there too. Court cases can be there, legal disputes, or family tensions may increase. Sometimes you may face trouble in getting your share of property, your part of your property, or someone may create problems in these matters because of you. So, yes, Rahu in the second house can also create disturbances in property related issues. Your speech is also affected here, because sometimes you will feel that I was just speaking normally, but the other person felt bad. Your words may sometimes sound unnecessarily sharp or rude, which creates tension in relationships without any reason. Sometimes it can happen that, suppose if you're in a meeting and your intentions are not wrong, but you said something which felt to the dealer wrong or to the dealer rude. So these kind of effects can be there in your speech. And this is how Rahu plays with you. So what's the solution for this? There are very simple precautions for you which you can follow. Nothing else is needed as such. First of all, you must have patience. Whenever you feel expenses are increasing or your work is stuck, pause for a second, for a while, and handle the situation calmly, because reacting to everything can create even more problems for you. You should also manage your savings wisely. Just because money gets spent quickly does not mean you cannot save. You have the ability to save, just you have to use some kind of strategies and be careful at every step. Be careful about how to manage your savings. Otherwise, money will come and at the second moment it will flow like a water. It will not be stable. So you need to stay disciplined and control unnecessary expenses. And to balance Rahu, as I said before, also, you can do spiritual practices like meditation or grounding exercises. Because if you will do some these kind of spiritual practices, then this aspect on eighth house, Rahu is actually aspecting or casting an aspect on your eighth house. So the negative effect which is included on that aspect of eighth house, that will slowly decrease in your birth chart in your life, because eighth house is already about what? It is about transformation. So here also, if you will follow spiritual practices, then it will transform and give you positive effect, not minus effects. So these steps or these precautions will also give you mental peace and help control Rahu's negative effect. Now we have discovered two malefic placements of Rahu, so let's discuss about the next one, which is, as you can see on the screen, it is fourth house. So fourth house is about what? It is all about home, mother, peaceful life, emotional comfort. You already know how important these things are, because in this Kali Yuga, comfort and luxury is most important. Without that, you can't even take one single breath. But if Rahu takes its seat in this house, which is of comfort zone, your mother, your emotional comfort, so it starts creating a lot of disturbances in life. The first and direct impact comes on your mother's health. You may notice that your mother starts facing frequent health issues, sometimes small problems, and sometimes even serious ones. And in some cases, according to our research, we have also seen that your relations with your mother are a little bit bitter. Sometimes very much bitter, sometimes a little bit. Means that emotional distance is there. And that is not at all your fault. That is by your mother's fault only, because here, anyhow, this is the house of your mother, because here the lord of this house is also your moon planet. So moon is generally considered our mother. So here, our mother, Rahu placed in the fourth house, makes your mother behave like Rahu a little bit only. So there can be emotional distances. So if Rahu is in your fourth house, it's very important to take care of your mother's health if it is not very much well. And if you have any emotional distances, then first of all make some understandings in both of you and balance your Rahu. Now the second impact is on the atmosphere of your home. You may have seen houses where there's always a kind of tension, like there's no position of peace. Fights without any reason, unnecessary stress, and no peace at all. So, naturally, these things disturb your life a lot and mentally disturb you. From here, Rahu's seventh husband directly looks at your work area, means your 10th house. This means disturbances also start appearing in your career. And you can also see here, if we see of the Rahu Ketu axis, then Ketu places in the 10th house only. So here detachment from your career can be there. Like with any reason, you cannot be settled down in your career very easily. This is one impact because Ketu detaches you unnecessarily also. So Rahu's seventh aspect is also there in this house. You can see these differences. Just when you feel everything is going fine, suddenly any kind of problem will pop up. Someone says something, there's a misunderstanding, or you get caught in office politics if you are doing any job. So these situations are quite common when Rahu is in the fourth house. Since the fourth house also relates to father, sometimes you may feel that your father's health is also being affected. His health may be fine, but one moment and suddenly go down the next. That's why if Rahu is in your fourth house, then you must take care of both your mother's and father's health. And emotional distance should not be there. If it is there, then try to improve that. You will see one difference. Next thing is that Rahu also looks at your 8th house from here. And 8th house is related to sudden events, transformation, unexpected events, we can say. This means small accidents or mishaps may happen more often. You may be walking and suddenly twist your foot, or you're riding a bike and it slips. These small incidents become more frequent in your life, so don't ignore them, because if these are there, then from that one moment understand that Rahu is on your head. I'm not saying anything wrong, and this is actual that when these kind of incidents happen, then Rahu is actually on your head. Rahu tends to create these little surprises in life. Another common thing is property related matters. If Rahu is in the fourth house, then disputes about your house or land becomes common. Sometimes these issues arise with relatives and neighbors, and at times such disputes can be mentally exhausting for you. Also, Rahu can affect your relations with people around you. Those you consider friends may secretly speak against you or backbite you or plan something behind your back. Or suppose, for example, you have a very close friend. For few years, it behaves like you, like a proper, full vibe matching friend, best friend. But after a few years, maybe when you get married, or maybe when you get settled in your career for a moment, that friend starts jealousing from you. Or at a time when you do in if in case you do any partnerships with your that best friend, then he or she becomes your enemy. So this means my way of talking is that your friends are only your enemies for few years or for few days, for few moments. They will be your best friend. They will be a normal vibe matching friends, just normal a group of friends. But after a few moments, they will be your enemies. Just because you maybe took a rise in your career, or there can be a number of consequences. Their jealousy can be seen on their face. So don't at all trust on your friends. So if your Rahu is in the fourth house, It's very important to maintain balance in your home atmosphere. Focus on your parents' health and stay alert about the people around you. For positivity in life, a peaceful home is very important. That is why you should understand Rahu's effect here in advance and try to keep life balanced. If you take care of these things, then I'm assuring you that Rahu's impact won't be able to overpower you. Now, when Rahu sits in your fifth house, then this phase can be a bit challenging. The fifth house represents your love life, your affairs, creativity, children, and mental peace. So, when Rahu settles here with its negative influence, life starts to see a little more drama. First of all, your love life means your love life becomes quite unpredictable. You may fall in love with someone, but there are high chances that your trust may get broken on that unnecessary misunderstandings will arise in the relationship. You may approach with pure intentions, but the other person might either make fun of your emotions or simply ignore you. Or if I say in simple words, then he or she will play with your emotions. And when this happens, what's the result? You start thinking negatively. You start feeling low and wondering if there's anything left in life to be happy. The second problem that often comes is related to health, especially your digestive systems, because this house relates to your digestive system. Issues like gas, acidity, or stomach infections may occur often, and you might think these are small problems, but no, slowly these affect your mood and energy too. These will take a wide transformation after a few years. And anyway, when your stomach isn't fine, your mindset also gets disturbed, right? Now, Rahu's aspect here falls on the 11th house. What is 11th house? It is the house of income. So, when Rahu's gaze is there, your income flow can become unstable, totally unstable. Sometimes money comes, sometimes it doesn't. In your career, you may experience phases where everything seems fine and suddenly obstacles may appear. You may feel while working that something is going wrong, something is not usual, but you just can't figure it out. That what it is. Another common thing is losing money due to wrong decisions, wrong planning. For example, let's say you may think this investment is solid. We can rock after this investment and put your money in. You invested the money, you took funds, you invested in those funds only to later find out that the person you trusted has committed fraud. So, what is the result here? Money gone plus extra stress is there. So, if Rahu is in the fifth house, the first thing is to maintain clarity in relationships. Don't blindly trust everyone. Secondly, take care of your health, especially your digestive systems and liver related issues. If your liver is fatty, then that fatty liver can also create issues or it can transform into a big disease in future. These are the possibilities. So don't take them lightly. Third thing is that plan your finances carefully and stay away from impulsive decisions. And yes, spiritual practices can help you a lot during this phase. Add some meditation to your routine and spend time with people who give you positive vibes. Because when Rahu is disturbing your life, keeping your positive energy intact and utmost accurate and focused is the most important thing. Now, if Rahu is sitting in your seventh house, then here your relationship test has begun. Whether it's about your married life or a partnership, complications will increase quite a lot in both the places. Normally, the seventh house is connected to your life partner, to your business partner, and partnerships in general. Now, when Rahu comes here, what it does that it shows its clever side. Whenever you and your partner sit to discuss something, your opinions will almost always be opposite. For example, you say, let's make tea, and the other person says, no, let's make coffee. Or one person says, your life partner says that I want a baby, but you says that no, we can't afford it right now. So Rahu keeps creating this kind of scene. Means my point of view is that only misunderstandings are possible. And trust issues, that's Rahu's favorite game. You may start doubting things like, does my partner really love me? Or is my partner involved with someone else? This creates an atmosphere which is full of suspicion, and because of this, unnecessary tension can develop in your relationship. If you're in business, Rahu's side effects will be seen there too. Sometimes you will feel that this deal is the best. It will give huge profits. But after investing money, you will realize that, oh no, this was a mistake made by me. On that fund in which you invested money, that maybe became a fraud after some time. That person is a fraudie. There can be n number of chances. Rahu will make you doubt your decisions, which increases the chances of losses in business. Sometimes you may think you made the right choice, but in reality, you are facing losses. Also, from here, Rahu's aspect is on first house, which means it slowly affects your self confidence. You may start doubting your own abilities. You will start thinking that what am I doing? Is it really right or not? This overthinking pattern may attack and becomes quite strong. For solutions, if we talk about, then you will need patience. First, keep strong communication with your partner because Rahu's job is to create confusion and trust issues between both of you. Next thing is that before jumping into any big business decision, do deep research. Taking actions based on only when it feels right can be risky. Third is that to keep yourself mentally stable, develop a habit of meditation or similar practices. When Rahu puts pressure on your mind, then patience and self belief become the best antidotes. Now, if Rahu is in your 8th house, so be a little careful in this because this position is quite tricky. It might increase the chances of sudden and unexpected incidents in your life. Things you never thought would happen can suddenly occur. You also need to take care of your health, especially hidden problems like piles, fissures, or any illness that already exists in your body, but you are not aware of it. These issues can surface at any time and cause trouble. Sometimes you may feel like problems are coming from every direction. And during Rahu's Mahadasha or Antardasha, you need to stay even more alert. You might think everything is going fine and suddenly something goes wrong. Rahu in the 8th house can also cause thefts. If it's not something to panic about, but staying alert is important. Thefts can be controlled, but only by your proper planning and alertness. Rahu here can also bring sudden gains, but just as quickly as money comes in, it can also go out. Means it is totally unstable. This makes your financial life quite unpredictable. Sometimes you will suddenly get money and sometimes it will slip out of your hands. That is why it's best to have a smart approach to manage your finances. Also remember, when Rahu is in the 8th house, it's better to stay away from addictions like alcohol or any other harmful addiction. Such things can harm you even more in this position. Sometimes a person can also become a victim of betrayal here, so avoid trusting anyone blindly, especially in your friend circle. Don't ever trust on your friends because everyone around you or even the person who thinks is your best friend is not actually your best friend. Because as I said in the beginning of the video, Rahu is a great illusionist, a mastermind. He can play from any person around you. Just your loved ones, whom you trust or whom you love, are the only ones safe around you. Those person who actually cares about you are the only trustful person. And I think rather than parents, we haven't seen any other person in the life of Rahu in 8th house people. So it's better not to trust your friends as well, and rather than your parents, you cannot trust anyone. And in some cases, we have also seen that parents are also not very much, there's always a kind of emotional distance. So in that cases, try to make an understanding between both of you, your parents and you will see a difference. But otherwise, your parental side is perfect, nothing is bad in that. Another thing is, you should give special attention to your immunity and overall health because here Rahu can affect your health a lot. Add meditation, add yoga to your routine, and similar practices to your lifestyle because these will give you positive energy and help reduce Rahu's harsh effects. And most importantly, learn to trust your intuition because your intuitive power is very much strong here. If you can see the negative impact of Rahu here, but I would also say that there's also some kind of positive impact given by Rahu. You can see that you're already involved in the such practices like we have astrology, tantra mantra, occult science. These all are hidden knowledges. You already had an interest in them. You will feel an interest in them. Suppose if you're already in some spiritual practices, then your mind will always say that I want to learn this. I want to explore this. If you learned any video about any kind of sadhana, any kind of spiritual practice, let's say of Ma Durga only you listen that how to do Ma Durga sadhana on Navratri. So on that particular time, your mind will be always curious 24 by 7 that I want to perform that. I want to take that spiritual practice, explore that spiritual practice in my life about Ma Durga on Navratri. So these kind of exploring the things, this kind of nature can be there in yourself. This is a plus point in this position, but doing this also can impact your Rahu a lot. If you follow this, then you can see positive effects of Rahu as well. And another thing is that we have also seen that Rahu is the biggest reason of technology. Any kind of technology you are using, even we are using right now. Like we have artificial intelligence, AI, many companies, many technologies, coding languages, computational thinking. These all technological matters, you will be expert in these things. So if you follow your technological field as well, then you can improve your Rahu's impact. If you're interested in, let's say you're interested in coding, learning coding languages, some coding scripts. So that is a really good thing here because here you are improving your Rahu and most importantly, using AI. Not for any bad impact, but for a positive impact. Now, what is artificial intelligence? It is Rahu only. AI is Rahu. So, if you use AI also, then you can see impact in your life. You will see that the negative effects of Rahu will slowly decrease in your life. So, focus on your health, stay away from addictive substances, and keep your energy balanced. Whatever precautions I've told you right now, follow those. If you're interested in occult science, follow that path, but for only positive way, not in negative way, or not for anyone's harm. And if you're even using technology, if you're even using AI, then use that for a positive perspective, not for anyone's harm. Now, Rahu sits in ninth house. This is one of the malefic placement of Rahu. Because here, life's luck system becomes a bit unpredictable, I would say. You will notice that whenever you feel now it's done, some kind of hurdle suddenly appears. It can happen that success slips away at the last moment, or a task that could be completed in 2 days ends up in many months. It takes up many months or sometimes even years. Your task gets into 99%, but at the 1% it fails down. So these kind of consequences can be very clearly seen. Here, Rahu literally puts your luck on pause mode. Many times you feel like your hard work is going to waste or you're not getting credit for what you truly deserve. It's like the liver of luck keeps slipping from your hands again and again. There's another twist as well. When Rahu is in the ninth house, you can feel a bit disconnected from spirituality. Sometimes you might start doubting your religion or beliefs. You may think maybe all this isn't real or I should walk away from my roots. Not only that, you might start taking more interest in other religions or feel that other practices are better. Basically, Rahu can confuse you, nothing else Rahu is doing in your life. This also impacts your family life. There can be some friction with your father, or his health issues might worry you. Sometimes you will feel like his thinking is completely opposite to yours. These misunderstandings can even last for a long time. On the positive side, Rahu has a special quality here. It boosts your courage. Yes, if you're someone who takes risks, then your daring nature will be at its peak. You will keep feeling that I can do something very big, basically being passionate about your dream. So, Rahu also makes you fearless. Even if something looks risky, you might still jump in thinking that whatever happens, I will handle it. So, Rahu in the ninth house can obviously bring confusion in life, but if you use your courage and risk taking ability in the right direction, then this same Rahu can give you great success. Now, if Rahu sits in your 12th house, then this is a position that will test both your patience and your pocket. The 12th house is generally the house of liberation, moksha. But if Rahu starts creating trouble here, then things can go in the opposite direction. First of all, what happens is that Rahu here is even slightly negative. It can create chances of court cases, it can create chances of legal troubles or small problems about court, any court case. If you have unnecessary court cases can be there. Try this thing. You may get stuck in situations you never imagined. Sometimes you may feel that I haven't done even anything wrong. So why is this happening to me? This exists exactly Rahu's style. It can trap you in situations beyond your control. Not just that, Rahu in the 12th house spends your money as if it refuses to stay in your pocket. Sometimes the money will go into your or your family's health issues and sometimes into legal matters. The strange part is the money goes, but you can't clearly figure out where or how it was spent. Rahu here can also confuse your mind. You may spend on unnecessary things and later wonder, why did I even do this? Sometimes you get involved in meaningless matters that lead to unwanted disputes. So these confusions may happen. Now let's talk about its aspects. If Rahu looks at your sixth house through its sixth aspect only, then your enemies may become active. Then you might face small health issues or personal rivalries, and these things usually get resolved, but they're enough to disturb your mental peace. If Rahu in your chart becomes even weaker, like being debilitated or under Saturn's aspect, then problems can increase further. You may feel low confidence in making decisions or see your efforts failing repeatedly. But there's no need to panic here because Rahu also has solutions. First, you must control your unnecessary expenses. Second, pay some attention to spiritual practices. This can automatically start giving you relief. Sometimes just keeping the mindset that whatever is happening is for my higher good, this mindset can help things settle down. So if you feel Rahu in the 12th house is troubling you, simply keep track of your expenses and focus a little more on your spiritual path. slowly you will notice that things start turning into your favor. So this was all about today's video. Today we discovered the malefic placements of Rahu, how it is affecting you. My perspective is that Rahu is malefic at any point in each and every house of the birth chart. Whether it is placed in third house, there also it can create malefic points, minus points. It is in sixth house, there also it can create troubles. If it is in 11th house, there also it can create many confusions, many illusions. So there is no chance of Rahu having properly stable at any house. But if your Rahu is literally strong enough, means there's not even single point which is minus, which is negative about Rahu. Means it is not debilitated. Aspects which are casted on Rahu are really well. The sign in which Rahu is placed, that is also supportive in favor of Rahu. If all the conditions match, then only Rahu can make you a billionaire, or there's not even a single minus point I could say out of that. So they're very this chance is rarely seen in rare birth charts, but most probably Rahu creates trouble in each and every house. There's no single house where Rahu left behind you where you can take a breath of peace. These are true words, these are bitter, but this is the reality. So understand Rahu, research on Rahu planet. Because I could see many astrologers have already created a lot of fear about Rahu. That if suppose Rahu takes any transit, so on YouTube you will see many videos already flashing and popping up that this will happen, this will happen. Your life will be disturbed and you will be in very dangerous events, you will be facing such consequences where there will be a lot of downfall. So I don't personally like that because Rahu is indeed a planet, a malefic planet, a Papa Graha. But Rahu also makes you learn some on the other things. Suppose in Rahu's Mahadasha, which is the Rahu's periodic time of 18 years. So in that Mahadasha, whatever struggles you might face, you learn out of that. Sometimes if Rahu is literally in a good position, that in Rahu's Mahadasha only, you will see a lot of money. You will earn a lot of money. You will be a billionaire, a millionaire. If Rahu is in a good position and a positive Rahu if you are having in your birth chart. So not always Rahu is a bad planet, though it was a demon first, but now it is a planet. But don't take it very much lightly also and very much negative also, because these Papa Grahas, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, these three planets are also making you learn very deep and very little things in your life. And if you're facing in case any kind of malefic effect, then there's also solution associated to that. So listen to that, to my video if you have listened to it properly, and follow the precautions which I have told you. By following them, you will see a difference. And if you want to know any spiritually proved, spiritually validated remedy which is already there in our Shastras, Vedas, then obviously we need to research on your Rahu a lot. So, if you want that spiritually validated and proved remedy, then you can put a comment section below with your Rahu's placement in which sign it is placed, in which nakshatra it is placed, what is the degree which is it is carrying, and also mention if it is debilitated or afflicted. Mention each and every point about your Rahu. Then only we can give you the spiritually validated remedy, right? So do that. And for personal consultation, if you want a personal consultation, a detailed analysis of your horoscope, then the number has been displayed on the screen as well as available on the description box. You can contact on the same, and my team will contact to you soon with the further details about the consultation. So thank you. Have a great day. We will meet you in the next amazing topic. Stay well, stay healthy, always stay happy, and be in the blessings of God. Thank you. Namo Narayan.